Morning, all of you. Welcome to accountancy classes of Sri Mahavir International School. I hope you have studied our last video. So let's move on the next part of the first chapter. As we are going to discuss today about advantages of accounting, limitations of accounting, accounting is as art as well as science, uses of accounting information, basic terms of accounting, difference between accounting and accountancy, and history of accounts. As we are going to discuss these 7 points today, we have already discussed meanings, process, objectives. These topics we have discussed in our last class. So first topic I'm going to discuss here, history of accounts. Because you are going to study about accountancy, so first you have to know about history of accounts, that how it was started or where it was started or who is called the father of accounts. So for some, the first name that might come to your mind when referencing early accounting history is Luca Pacioli. Luca Pacioli is the person who is known to be father of accounts. And the first record of accounting occurred thousands of years ago in Mesopotamia. This is about the record of accounting that where it was first occurred. It was occurred thousands of years ago in Mesopotamia. Okay, so this was about the history of accounts. Now let's know about the difference between accountancy and accounting. Because when we listen these two words, these may be same, but there is a little difference between both the terms. As we studied about meaning of accounting, but our subject name is accountancy. So you have to know the difference between both the terms, that accountancy is a wider term, but accounting is a little term only. Just I am showing you something. As we are going to discuss about accountancy and accounting. So you can say that accountancy is the father, whereas accounting is the son. How? That accountancy makes the rules and regulations, and that rules and regulations are followed by accounting. Accountancy is the study of accounting. It is a wider term, but accounting is a small term. In the simple way, you can say that rules that are made by accountancy that are followed by accounting. Accountancy makes rules, regulations, principles, but accounting follows that all things. So this is the little difference between accountancy and accounting. So now just we are going to study about the advantages. What are the advantages of accounting? That if a business is going to do accounting in his business, so what are the good things of this accounting? Let's discuss about this point. Yes. These are the advantages of accounting. First point is here, provides complete and systematic records. Accountancy or accounting provides complete and systematic records of every business. If you don't do accounting in your business, if you don't write properly everything in your business, so it does not provide complete record or systematic record. Means you can know for one day that what is your sales, what is your purchase, but after 1 year you are not able to check the proper record that in 1 year what is your total purchase, what is your total sales, what is your profit, what is your loss. It is not possible if your accounting is not done properly. So the first advantage of accounting is here, that it provides complete and systematic records. The second point, enables comparative study. With help of accounting, you can compare your business performance. Like if you have in your hand that your last year's profit was 1 lakh rupees and this year your profit is 2 lakh rupees, so easily you can compare the increment in profits, that what are the reasons of this increment. But if you don't have proper accounting, then you are not able to do comparative study of your business. As I am telling you that you are comparing in your business last year to current year, so this is also a comparison. And if you are comparing your business to another business, so that is also possible with a proper accounting. You can compare your business to another business that is also in the same kind of business. Like a school can compare with another school. So you can compare with the same kind of business if you have proper accounting in your institution, in your business. Third point, helpful in raising loans. If you want to take loans from any bank, so it is necessary that banks will check your accounting, banks will check your profits and losses. Without checking the status of a business, bank will not provide you loan. So if you don't have your proper accounting, so what will you show to bank? So if you want to raise loan for your business, it is helpful in this process. With the help of proper accounting, banks can check your status, that whether you are able to pay his loans or not. Point number 4, evidence in legal matter. Evidence, your accounting plays a role of evidence in legal matter. In future, if you want any information, any legal information regarding your business, so your accounting will show this. Or the last point is here, helpful in determination of tax. You have proper accounting in your business, it means easily you can calculate profit or losses. Easily you can calculate your income sources or incomes. So on the basis of incomes, calculation of tax will also be easy for you. So accounting will help you in determination of tax. If you don't have your calculation of income, then you will not able to determine taxes, you will not able to calculate taxes. So these are some points about advantages of accounting, and rest of the points you can study in your book. These are some main points, these are some main advantages of accounting, that why accounting is necessary in a business. But you know that every thing has two aspects. If there are some advantages, so there may be some limitations also. There are some pros and some cons. Everything has two aspects, some pros and some cons. Here we have discussed about the pros or advantages. Now we are going to discuss about the limitations. There are some limitations also of accounting. The first point is here, incomplete information. As we are studying here that accounting includes all the information, but no, there may be some information that are not included in accounting. We will discuss about this point also later. So accounting includes incomplete information, and on the basis of incomplete information, conclusion is not possible that what is the actual status of the company. Second point is here, omission of qualitative information. Omission of qualitative information. Qualitative information. Which type of informations are included here in qualitative information? Like the quality of your staff. What is the quality of your staff? It cannot be measured in terms of money. So accounting does not include that what is the quality of your staff. As you know that without efficient staff, without efficient employees, work is not possible in a business. So this is a qualitative information, but accounting does not include this qualitative information, because as we already discussed about this, that accounting includes only those information that are measured in terms of money, and you cannot measure your employees' quality in terms of money, so accounting does not include this qualitative information. Third point, based on historical cost. What is the meaning of historical cost? Suppose that you are purchasing a building in 10 lakh rupees. At present, you are purchasing this building in 10 lakh rupees, but after 5 years, if the cost of building is 15 lakh, 18 lakh, so this 15 lakh, 18 lakh value is not for any use in accounting, because accounting includes the cost on which we purchase the asset. In accounting, we include only the 10 lakh rupees on which we have purchased this asset. It ignores the market value, what is going in present. So this is also a limitation of accounting, that it is based on historical cost. Fourth point, affected by window dressing. What is the meaning of window dressing? Window dressing, you can understand this point in a simple word, that it does not show your actual position. Suppose that in your business profits are rupees 2 lakh, but you want to take loan from any bank. So for raising loan, you can show your profits 5 lakh rupees also. This is depend on accountant, that it can show your profits more or less, just for the benefits of the business. So accounting is affected by window dressing also. It does not show actual position. And fifth point is unsuitable for forecasting. With the help of accounting, you cannot forecast in your business. I'm showing you one more screen here that are also related to limitations of accounting. The first point is here, accounting not fully exact. Accounting is not fully exact because in accounting some points are there that are depend on estimates. We write some items only on depend on estimates, that is not fully exact. Second point, it ignores price level changes. Price level changes means, as I told you in the last point also, that if your building is of rupees 10 lakh, so accounting will include only the 10 lakh rupees of building, but market value, if your market value of building is 12 lakh, 15 lakh or 18 lakh, these are the market's value, but accounting does not include these market value. These are not for any use. Accounting will include only the price of building on which it was purchased. So this is also a limitation. Next point, it ignores qualitative aspects. We have already discussed about this point also, that quality of staff. You cannot measure quality of staff in terms of money, so it does not include in accounting. And last point, window dressing, that accounting is affected by window dressing also. Maybe your accountant is showing more profits just for the benefits of the business, or sometime it may show less profits also. So these are the points of window dressing. So these were the limitations of accounting. Now let's discuss about the next point. So see in this point that which type of topics we have discussed. Our first point, we have completed advantages of accounting. Second, limitations of accounting. This also we have completed. Now the third point we are going to discuss here, that accounting is an art as well as science. How is it called an art or how is it called a science? Accounting tells us the way that how to record our expenses, how to record our incomes. That's why it is called an art. Art means way. That it can show the way of recording, summarizing, classifying. That's why accounting is called an art, or it is based on certain principles, rules, regulations. That's why it is called a science. So in simple way, you can say that accounting tells us the way of recording, classifying, summarizing. That's why it is called an art, and it is based on certain rules, regulations, principles. That's why it is called science. I am showing you one screen here. You can take screenshot. This is also depend on that accounting an art as well as a science. If you don't have a book right now, you can take screenshot of this screen. This is based on accounting as well as art and science. Now the fourth point is here, users of accounting information. How many users are there, or which persons are there in a business who want accounting information of a business? Let's discuss about this point. Yes, in a business there may be two kind of users, internal users, and the second point, external users. Let's discuss that which are the internal users in a business, in a company, or which are the external users. So in internal users that are internally related to the business, or external users that are externally related to the business. Like in internal, first point is here board of directors. The board of directors is required to take certain strategic decisions in their board meetings at regular intervals of time. Means after a fixed interval of time, board of directors is required to take decisions in their meetings. So they want the accounting information, because if they don't have accounting information, so how will they take decision? They don't know about the profits, the losses, the status of the company. So how will they able to take decision? So the first and most important user of a business is board of directors. They want their accounting information just for taking decision for the business. Owners. Who are the owners? Owners are the person who are starting the business. The owners supply the capital of a business. Now, before it, you want to know about the terms like capital, business. You may get confused about in capital and in business also. So first of all, just know the business. What is the meaning of business? Any work whose motive is to earn profit is called a business. I'm giving you an example in this. Suppose that there are two friends, Rahul and Ramesh. Just I'm taking example. Rahul and Ramesh, there are two friends. Rahul is the owner of a cloth shop. Rahul has a cloth shop, and Ramesh has any government job. Okay, means both are busy in their works. But one day they are dealing with a plot. Means they both are doing partnership in a plot. They are purchasing a plot of 10 lakh rupees just for their use. So can you say that this is a part of business? No, because this work is not for earned profit. As you know, as I told you, that their business is separated. Like one is the owner of a cloth shop and one has any government job. But randomly just they are purchasing any land that may be for self-use also. So business includes regular activity And the second point, that their motive is to earn profit. If any occupation whose motive is to earn profit, only in that condition it can be said business. And capital, when the owner is going to start the business, so whatever he is going to invest for the business, that is called capital. Like if you want to start any business, so you have to invest cash, any building, because suppose that you are going to establish a factory, but for that factory you don't have building, so you will use your personal building for establishing the factory. So that personal building is the part of capital. Whenever you are going to start any business, you should invest your personal cash balance, so that is also your capital. So the owners supply the capital of a business. So what they would get from such investments and what is the safety of their money are the main questions they want to understand from the accounting information. This is the important point, that when any person is investing his money, so he will confirm this, that what he will get on this money or what is the safety of his money. In simple words, you can understand, like whenever you are going to deposit your money into bank, so before depositing you want to know that what is the interest rate. So these are the kind of accounting information. The same thing, when anybody is giving you some money just for using for some day, so he will want that what is the safety of his money. He will check that whether you are able to repay his amount or not. So the same way, owner will also check that if he is investing his cash, his asset in the business, so what is the safety of his capital. The owners are also interested in future planning for the business, because on the basis of information they will able to planning for the future. For this purpose they will take into consideration the projected reports. Managers are responsible for the operational activity of an entity. Operational activity means daily activities, you can say. Entity, that is also business. So managers are responsible for the operational activities of an entity. The policies formulated and plans made by the directors are required to be implemented by the managers. A director makes the plans for the business, but managers implement that plans for the business. Depending on the accounting information available, managers take various steps to attain the objectives of the business. If he doesn't get any accounting information, so he will not able to take various steps for the business. So managers are also important person who takes decision for the business. Higher officials of different departments are given responsibilities to perform certain assigned tasks. As you know that every department has every head person, like in a business there may be purchase department, sales department, every kind of departments. So higher officials of different departments are also given responsibilities to perform their assigned task. The effective performance of the task assigned to them depends to a great extent on the accounting information available to them and the analysis thereof from their point of view. So they can also complete the task effectively only when they get accounting information properly. So we have discussed here 4 internal users of accounting information, that are board of directors, owners, managers and higher officials. These are internally related to a business and they want accounting information for the growth of the business. Now let's discuss about the external users. Investors who are investing in your business. Prospective investors always study the accounting information related to a business to decide about investing money. They want to ensure the safety of the money to be invested and also the income to be derived from that investment in the form of dividend. Now there may be some terms that are unknown for you, but don't worry, we will explain every term. Investors means who are investing their money into your business. So before investing, they will check the accounting information that whether their money is safe or not, whether they will get their return or not. So investors are important external users of your business. Money lenders advance money to the business in need. Means from that person from whom you are taking advance in your business. Naturally, they are interested in timely refund of the money lent out. Money lenders, including banks and financial institutions, are also interested in the income earning capacity of the business. Means who are the money lenders for the business? Banks and financial institutions. Like you take loan from the banks. So before giving loans, banks will check your status. Bank will check your accounting information that whether you are able to repay your bank loan or not. So banks are external users, or some financial institutions may also be in money lenders. They can also give money, they can also give you loans. So they are also users of accounting information. They will check your status before giving you loans. Suppliers who are giving you goods on credit. Suppliers of raw material and goods supply the required material and goods to the business according to their needs. Naturally, they are interested in timely payment of the price of raw material and goods supplied. They are also interested in using accounting information to evaluate the credit worthiness of the business before supplying raw material and goods to them. Your business is going to purchase any raw material from any supplier. So before giving you on credit, the supplier will check your status. Supplier will check your credit worthiness. It means it can check your goodwill also, that what is the goodwill of your business. Are you able to pay your money on time or not? It will check your accounting information, that how long do you take in repayment of the goods. So these all things a supplier will also check. A supplier can be also external users of a business. Government. Why a government checks accounting information? Because you will pay taxes to government. So for calculation of taxes, government will also check your information. Government uses accounting information for different purposes. The purposes may be assessment of various taxes, detection of undisclosed income, identification of undervaluation of assets for hiding income or overvaluation of assets to reach share prices in the market, examining the cost of production, among others. Just one point you have to remind here related to government, that government checks a business accounting information just for calculation of taxes, because taxes are the main income source for government. So government will check properly your accounting information, that whether you are hiding your income or not, because it is the policy of some businessmen that they hide their income just for saving taxes. They don't show their actual income just for saving taxes. So government will check your all the accounting information whether it is correct or not. Or trade unions. On many occasions, the success of a business depends to a great extent on the performance of its workers. The workers are also interested in accessing accounting information in order to know whether they are deprived of their right or not. Trade unions means you can say unions, workers who are related to your business. Without workers, your business is not going properly, business cannot go properly. So these are also the users of accounting information. So we have discussed here internal users or external users who want accounting information of a business. Okay. So this was about today's point. Rest of the points we will discuss in next class. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.